In this video, you're going to be listening to comments from 4 different Health Hub Network members, including Dr. Catherine Sage, Damon Sage, Dr. Cheryl Hamilton, and Dr. Robert Meleisen.
Since I've known you guys over the last couple of years when we were in the Winter Circle Network, I remember seeing you out and about a lot, doing a lot of different events and doing whatever you could to promote yourself. And that was, I take it, a lot of work for you.
Yeah, it was exhausting. Well, I think at that point in time, it was necessary because our practice was just beginning. And we knew that becoming part of this community was the only way to grow our practice. And so we needed to show up at any events, any and all events that we possibly could to show our faces in this community and have people know who we were. So that was kind of the motivation for being at every single chamber event, every single mixer and networking event out there.
I'll just say one of the biggest things we had to sell for ourselves when we were going to these events were that we were going to stick around. Because it seems like there's a lot of doctors who are here for a few years and maybe leave or retire. That was the big thing, is that if we were always out and about, people knew we were becoming a part of the community and we're going to be here for the long haul.
That we were committed. Mm-hmm.
In knowing what we're trying to do with the Health Hub Network, trying to create a hub, a location online where both the community and health practitioners can meet online and kind of do what you were doing out and about at all these different events, but having it in a place where people can find your events, find out where you're going to be, and be able to read articles that you post and have just one place where they can search and get to know practitioners in this area. Tell me what your thoughts are on how this can benefit both practitioners and the community.
Well, I think it's a neat forum for practitioners because it gives us an opportunity to sell ourselves in a way as individuals. Like in my field, there are definitely other naturopathic doctors in town, but we're very unique, and I think people don't realize that. And so this gives us an opportunity to kind of put down what we do, what we specialize in, how we use the medicine, and then we get an opportunity to see how the other naturopathic doctors in town, how they practice, see who does what and who specializes in what, and kind of get a grasp of each other's practices so we can refer to each other instead of being competition.
Right. You make a really good point. Well, for instance, like you tend to focus on family practice, and Dr. Meleisen, on the other hand, has a specialty with toxicity and really specializing in severe cases of toxicity. Perfect example.
Right, exactly.
And now, have you guys referred back and forth to each other?
We have, actually. I do send clients over to him because I know that he does IV therapies, for instance, and I don't do IVs at my office. So he's a good referral source for me in that case.
There was something that you would recommend to someone who especially is starting out their practice. What would you recommend to them as far as being part of this network?
Yeah, I would probably just tell them to utilize it to its full capacity, especially when you're starting out a new practice. You do have time, and you're not booked yet, so you have to spend the time instead marketing yourself. And so if I had the time, I would look up and make sure I'm using all the bells and whistles that I'm paying for on your site. And then also, I guess you could use it as another opportunity, as almost an introduction to go meet other practitioners too, face to face. But at least then you kind of know who you're going to and what they do, and so I think that would be kind of a neat way to kind of learn who's out there.
I appreciate that insight. I appreciate you guys being on this call with me.
Oh, sure. Our pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Dr. Hamilton,
what interested you about the Health Hub Network and using the Health Hub Network services?
Well, It is hard when you come to a new community to know what is available, especially in the healthcare industry. You can look in yellow pages, which are kind of outdated, or you can go online and they have different lists available for you to go through. But you never know for sure if what you're reading is accurate, or even if that doctor's still in practice. I've run across that quite a bit before. So it's nice to be able to go to a centralized place where practitioners have created a bio on themselves, and in addition to letting you know a little bit about their practice and how they practice, so that you can make a choice of who you might want to see and narrow it down a little bit.
Right.
And as far as the Hub Network, that's a great place, for different practitioners to put their information. So because and I don't see it as competitive. I see that there are so many people out there, and we are all going to attract those that are best suited by what we provide. So I think it's a great place for us all to put our information so that people can see what we're about and make better choices for themselves.
Also noticed that you took advantage of using the special offers for people that decide to be in the Hub Club, and I think that's great. So is this something that is this like the first time that you've done something like this online? Have you done it in print advertising as well?
I have used print advertising in the newspaper and offered, a special fee for a first-time consultation. And I think, out of that, the newspaper ad that I paid for, I had one reply. And so it was a bit of an expense for, well, obviously one reply did not pay for what I paid for the ad. So
right.
I think the Health Hub Network, as far as offering something like that is virtually, just under the blanket cost of what you pay for a year, is a terrific way of letting people know, yes, if you're part of this, I'm willing to offer this special price, and that can be changed because, as I understand it, you can change that.
Yes. Yep.
And it's just a great opportunity. You're reducing your price without having to put a lot more money out there for advertising it.
That's great. And I think, the more that people discover that this is a place where you can go and find special offers, shop around for different practitioners, and, even fitness instructors, it's going to become more popular. And more people are going to go, this is the place I'm going to go because I'm going to be able to find a lot of different stuff here.
Fantastic format for, like, when you just mentioned fitness instructors. So, the health clubs in the area, if you can, because people are so short of time today, if you could go to a centralized place and see a little video about, what is offered by this place, what their hours are, when you're able to access it, what it looks like inside, meeting maybe some of the fitness trainers and whatnot, that is just so much easier than, physically getting in your car and driving to each place to see where you want to go.
Exactly.
Fantastic idea.
Great. Well, good. I'm glad that you're on board with this, and I'm glad that you see the advantage of this. If there were anything that you would say to someone else who's considering joining the Health Hub Network, what would you say?
Well, I guess I would say that I would go for it. The Health Hub Network is a terrific site for anyone who wants to advertise, their modality that involves the improvement of health, because, as we all know, advertising is very expensive, and it can be prohibitive for a lot of us who are just starting out our businesses or practices. And this offers a place where we can put a lot of information that stays there year-round. After you pay a single fee, this information stays there rather than being tossed into the trash or recycled, hopefully, or, out of sight, out of mind. It's there for anyone who wants to go and find out where they want to go to improve their health.
You nailed it. Exactly. Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thanks, Cheryl, for letting me touch it just on the spur of the moment like this, and I appreciate it, Cheryl.
Appreciate you calling and allowing me to, let other people know about your terrific website.
Thank you so much, Cheryl.
All right, and have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
How do you see Health Hub Network benefiting your community?
There's a lot of potential. I see with patients all the time, there's so much information out there on the internet and in articles and wherever you can think that they get overwhelmed. And it's very difficult to find out where to go, what to do, how to do it. And so as this network grows, there should be a lot of information out there where people can make a better informed decision. And then when they research things, they can be directed more efficiently and safely. So I think it could be a really good anchor for the community to take a lot of the misdirection, communication, and confusion out of this for patients or potential patients, because that's something I see all the time. It really is overwhelming out there if you get